One of the things I'm really interested in exploring is this concept of habits, how you do what you do, and the influences. So you've talked a little bit about Bill Forman.
Yep.
So interesting, having met Bill Gates. What are the hallmarks of success? What made him a success?
Yeah. So Bill. Bill Gates was another person who became hugely influential. So when I joined Microsoft, Microsoft had this reputation for having quite an abrasive culture. Bill would always want to put smart people in a room and debate stuff.
Right.
In order in order to make super smart decisions. I can remember the first time I met Bill. I picked him up. We picked him up at Auckland Airport. He'd been doing a tour of Asia Pac. He'd flown in from Sydney. It was late at night. Bill was never one for shaking hands or pleasantries. And we got into the back of the car with him, and we literally, he started an argument with me, and it was in the first conversation I had. He'd been studying our numbers on the flight over, and he thought they were wrong, and I'd been warned that this might happen, and you're straight. At the end of the day, you have to be prepared to get into a debate and be prepared to stick up for what you know and what you believe, and while you have an argument with, probably one of the smartest guys in the world.
Did you win?
You never won with Bill. But Bill would lose interest and move on. Bill would lose. If you did a good job of giving Bill the reasons why he should change his position, he'd just move on to the next. So there was never any. That's a really good answer. There was just the niceties. The niceties didn't exist. Bill just kept. Just kept on moving. The thing that I learned from the Microsoft business, and it's a lot smaller then than it is today, but it was still, I think, it's $7 or $8 billion business in those days. They'd kept the way in which they managed the business relatively simple. They could still manage the KPIs of that business from a spreadsheet.
That's interesting.
So they really made a major effort to keep the business side of Microsoft as simple as they possibly can. They minimised, because they sold everything through distributors. The number of actual customers that they invoiced was relatively small. So that was one of the things I learned. Keeping it simple. The other thing you learn how to be prepared to debate, and it's not about the loudest voices. It's being prepared to take other stuff on. And then the other thing I learned from Bill in my time with him is, if you make a mistake, stop and change direction immediately.
Right.
Microsoft's initial browser strategy, and internet strategy, showing my age now, but you go back to the browser wars in which Netscape were just winning hands down. Right. When Bill realized that the strategy that Microsoft was working to was wrong, despite the fact that Microsoft had spent millions, probably hundreds of millions of dollars on, they stopped and they changed direction literally on a dime.
Amazing.
That level of courage to say, if it's wrong, accept that it's wrong, let it go, make a new decision, carry on.